This is the most interesting fan I've ever seen. But the question you're here for is whether or not it's actually worth it, right? So the answer to that is probably no. Let me explain. First up, the price is insane. 299 USD and around 250 euros. That's crazy expensive. On the same level as some of the Dyson units. And you guys know I wasn't all that positive about their TP00 fan either. And that's also what's keeping me from ever using this one myself.
Real quick, if you are also tired of sugar-coated reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button because it helps me out a ton and I can keep doing this. Thank you.
The noise. These bladeless fans are basically drawing in air and then pushing it back out, which is a process that's safer for kids maybe, but it produces less airflow while making significantly more noise. Now, this fan is definitely unique and its design is also thought out. You see, the air gets pushed out on 2 points, and you can even angle these individually. So you could have a breeze on 2 opposite sides at the same time. And that's very cool. You can also rotate the whole unit, which they say is ideal for bedside use, letting you enjoy a breeze across the entire width. The fan is 80 centimeters and the entire thing is 130 when the fan head is angled vertically. And horizontally, it stands around 95 centimeters at its highest setting. The height is adjusted manually and this stepless design makes it easy to set it exactly how you want. Here come the problems though. I mean, this horizontal mode is just not ideal for any house that's not enormous. It gets in the way, and frankly, it's not even ideal for anything else than the bedside situation I just described. And that's just talking about space, because it's not objectively better as a bedside fan than a regular fan is, because the air gets pushed out through these tiny slits, so the airflow area is really small. Now, imagine having this at the end of your bed. Cool. Angle it at your feet, but it's not even doing the vertical movement automatically, only horizontal. So it moves in a way that's not even practical for such a setup. The vertical alignment is done manually, so no oscillation that way. The fan head of 80 centimeters is not wide enough to be the ideal bedside fan either, and I've noticed that people promoting this always film it at an angle so that it looks bigger. Not that I want it to be bigger, but just pointing that out. So you end up turning it vertically to have a nice breeze across a bigger area, and because it then also oscillates automatically. Get where I'm going with this? You now have a tower fan, a very expensive one. The fan has no display to showcase any of the modes or even settings. What it does have is LED lights, just like on the Shark Flex Breeze. When adjusting the oscillation, this works nicely. Just like on the Flex Breeze, it uses 1, 3 or 5 LEDs to show the selected oscillation angle. But since it has more speed settings than LED indicators, it handles this by lighting up all 5 LEDs first and then adding an extra blink for settings beyond that. Like 1 extra blink for level 6. So when you're adjusting it from 1 to 9, it basically turns into a light show constantly blinking. Now, it does have a powerful mode, which is basically its setting 11, which is also a light show, but at least here it's done on purpose, as it will show LEDs going very fast from left to right. This mode is made to give you everything this fan has in one click. It then also has a night mode, which is shown by having LEDs move from right to left in a slower fashion. And finally, it also has natural breeze, shown by lighting 1 LED at a time. Now, it does have one physical button, which is the on-off button, but you can also hold it to adjust speed. For the modes though, you really need the remote. So when you don't have it or it's not working anymore, you cannot adjust the oscillation, timer, or any of the modes. The remote is easily storable on top of the fan though, and it features very strong magnets there to keep it in place. The remote also works really nicely even with cushions or a couch or anything in between you and the fan. You can even angle it towards anything completely different and it still works. So on that department, it is great. Speaking of the remote and the fan in general, actually, it's covered in stickers. Some for instructions, others for transport protection. And I mean, that's fine, but the sticker on the remote leaves behind a sticky residue, which is just frustrating. Honestly, I'd rather have they left it off altogether. On the fan itself, it's not such a big deal, but it feels a bit overdone. For the modes, the natural mode is nice. It's done in a way so that it actually feels natural. And for some companies, I'm looking at you, Philips, that is a concept very foreign to them. But here, it's actually really nice. The sleep mode, I don't really understand. It sets it to an 8-hour timer, low speed, and no lights and chimes. The boost mode is nice to have though, for if you wanted to go from 0 to 100 real quick, and the assembly of this unit is also really easy, just twist and locking parts, and it's done in a few minutes. No hassle at all. It has a basic dust filter at the back to keep bigger pieces of dust from entering the system and possibly blocking airflow, which is good. When on the subject of dust though, it has a glossy black top part on the base, which is possibly the dumbest use of this material, as the dust will land there and it will look dirty really quick. And it's funny too, since they use this matte type of plastic on the rest of the unit. The matte plastic looks nice, is easily cleaned too, but it's only a little susceptible to fingerprints, which is unavoidable I think, because you have to manually adjust the fan head all of the time. The build quality is nice though. I mean, it's nicer than the Dyson one actually, because that felt really plasticky. But the thing that really triggered my OCD is the fact that when adjusting the fan, there is space for it to stay in a way that's not completely straight. So if I adjust it, I have to check whether or not it's straight too. And for this price, that's just not it. And then lastly, the wind speed, which is something you can see on screen now. Now, if these numbers don't say much to you, then keep in mind that a fan I rated really good, the Xiaomi Standing Fan 2, only has 4 modes, which is 0.9 meters per second on speed 1, 1.5 on speed 2, 1.9 on speed 3, and speed 4 is 3.3 meters per second, which is a good in-between of all speeds. You also have to factor in how far away the fan is. So I'll end this video with a pure sound demo, and as a comparison, I'll include the Xiaomi fan when the wind speed produced is exactly the same, so you can compare how it instead of adding the decibel levels, which is just hard to comprehend, I think. Thank you for watching.